Hey everyone, I'm just doing a video where I answer some questions that people have asked me. And this camera looks really bad because I'm like down here and you guys are like not down there. Okay, that works. But yeah, I got asked a few questions that I never got the chance to answer. I was just checking the comments of some of my videos on YouTube, and it looks like some people have asked me some questions that I just never got around to answering. So first of all, UFO is out, and it's been out for a little over a month, and it makes me super happy that it's finally out, and I love it a lot, and it just makes me feel really good and happy. And it's 10 tracks, which is wild, and it just means a lot to me. So I'm gonna make a completely separate video where I talk about UFO and like all about it, and I'm gonna listen to it and have it playing while I'm talking about it, but that video is going to be like 20 minutes long, and I just don't want to do it right now, frankly. So, cool. So it looks like, let's see, Insomnia Parade on YouTube says, this is on my video that's called HPZ Talks UFO. I'm so excited to hear the new album, especially Gemini Cancer Parts 1 and 2. I'm a Gemini Cancer too. You're a big inspiration to me, and I love your music so much. For a Q&A question, you might have answered this at some point, but I'll ask anyways. What inspired you to make music and create? I know it's a super generic question. That's not generic. I'll totally answer that. Honestly, that actually is a really hard question. It's a good question, but it's a hard question. I'm trying to think back to when I first started making music, like why I did it. Because for Human Petting Zoo, I was just like, I really want to start doing something that isn't just me singing about my feelings, but singing about stuff that actually affects me, while still singing about my feelings, but singing about stuff that like means a lot to me. And singing about stuff that like could potentially help other people. And I felt this way after a few months after I had seen AJJ live, and I like cried during one of their shows, and I was just like, wow, this meant so much to me being able to see this, and I wanted to elicit the same response from other people with my music. So that's kind of why I started singing songs about like anxiety and depression and like finding yourself and being yourself and loving yourself, because like that's music that I've always needed for myself, and so I figured that other people could also probably benefit from that. So I don't know, initially like I just always loved music and I wanted to do it, and I knew I wanted to do it, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I can't remember what made me want to buy a ukulele either, because like that's my main instrument and it's not a hard instrument at all, but I can't remember why I picked it up. I want to say it's just because of like Never Shout Never, honestly, from when I was like a scene kid. I'm pretty sure that's why, but I can't remember. But music has always meant so much to me, and I knew I wanted to do it. So I'd say music inspired me to make music and create, and I've always done art and stuff, so music seemed like the next logical step, I guess. Okay. Okay, Sarah T on the same video says, how do you not overwhelm yourself with the amount of projects you do? Multiple bands, drawing, sewing, etc. I feel like I have too many hobbies, and that I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none, and the possibilities of what I could be doing or I think I should be doing overwhelms me. If you can relate at all, how do you deal with this? Okay. How do I not overwhelm myself? Well, okay, I usually, right before I go to bed, I make a to-do list for the next day, and I have a to-do list sitting on my side table right now. And having a to-do list doesn't mean I have to get it done that day. Doesn't mean I have to get it done in a week even, but having everything written down and not just thinking about it really helps me, because I don't know about you guys, but like when I have stuff I have to do, I will obsess over it if I don't like document it, because I'm like, okay, well, what if I forget it? Then I like, what am I going to do if I forget to do this one thing? So then I just think about it and think about it and think about it. And then I like practically make myself sick thinking about it. I don't do that as much anymore because that's something I've really, really, really been working on in therapy. And I've found that list making works really well for me. But I can relate. I feel like I have a lot of hobbies. Something that helps me a lot is just remembering that like I don't have to start and finish a project in one sitting if it's not mandatory. Sometimes like sitting down and writing a song in one sitting is something I need to do to continue to move forward as a musician, and to like finish an album. Like when I was finishing up UFO, I recorded 5 songs in one night because I was like, oh, I just need to do this. This is just something I need to do, and it kind of sucked, but I did it. But like with things like sewing or with knitting, like I started this knitting project. This is a knitting project I have started. I started this like a week ago, and if I was knitting every day, I would have been done by now. But I've been doing a lot of other things like school and music related stuff and like working on my room and cooking and doing all the other things that I like to do. But I know I'm going to go back to knitting this. I know I'm going to finish this eventually, but just like not right now. So I hope that makes sense. Like the way I avoid overwhelming myself is by simply realizing that if it's a hobby, that means it's something I'm doing for fun, which means if I'm doing it for fun, then I'm not doing it for anyone other than myself. So really you are the person who is saying, oh God, I need to get this done. If I don't finish this, something bad will happen. Unless you have someone barking over your shoulder like, you need to do this, you need to do that, in which case, I'm sorry that you have that experience. But in general, you are the one who decides when you do things. And just because you have a hobby doesn't mean that you always have to do it. And I think also something that's really important is like if you're doing a bunch of stuff and you feel overwhelmed and none of the stuff is mandatory, but you're just doing it, consider dropping all of it for just like a couple days and trying something totally new. I find that this works really well for me. Just like if I'm feeling like my art just isn't improving over a week or so, or like I can't do good makeup on a certain day, or like my clothes look dumb, then I'll just like wear all black, no makeup, won't draw anything, and then I'll knit instead. Or if I'm going to try something new, I'll try making electronic or like digital music instead. Or I'll try, I don't know, just trying new things. Trying new like exercise or like stretching or like things that will make me feel good and things that will like stimulate different parts of my brain that aren't usually getting attention. Also reading is good to do if you're like, man, everything sucks and I'm bad at everything. Just read, because you can't be bad at escaping to a different place in a book. And if you don't like reading, or if you have a reading disability or disorder, or if you have dyslexia, maybe consider listening to an audiobook. Or listening to NPR or listening to a podcast. I find that those things help me a lot too. Just listening to something. Because like listening to something and absorbing information is still doing something. And I think a lot of people, which I am still this way, view reading or listening to audiobooks or whatever as like something like you're not doing something, but that's totally doing something. You're getting new information and you're taking it in and you're enriching your life. So, do all sorts of things. I definitely agree. I'm definitely a jack of all trades and a master of none. I don't think I'm perfect at anything I do. Especially not my music. Like a lot of people, especially people on YouTube, people who listen to my music, haven't seen me live. I literally every show forget my own lyrics. I'll be playing and then I'll be like, 1 second guys, I just gotta remember what the lyrics are real quick, and then I sit there for about 10 seconds and then I go back in and I continue playing. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to be good at everything. And honestly, I think about a lot of the times I'm like, I should be doing something else because I know I could do other things better, but I'm limiting myself with what I'm doing. And like, it's okay to think about that, but maybe it would be even more productive to make a list of the things that you think you could do, and then over the course of a year or whatever, you could like try doing some of those things, and then you could see like, oh, am I good at this? Am I not good at this? Like, I didn't think I'd be good at paddleboarding, but I am actually super good at paddleboarding, and now I want to do it all the time, and it's super fun. But I would have never known I was good at it if I wasn't like, okay, today I'm going to take a break, go paddleboarding, even though I totally don't want to, and I'm terrified, and it's something new, and I don't like doing new things. Now it's like, I keep thinking about how much fun it was, and how clear my mind was, and how my body just felt so good, and I want to do it, like, again, so soon. So that's my advice. Try new things. Don't feel obligated to do something just because you're the one saying you have to do this. Unless it's for school, or you're making something for a friend's birthday and their birthday is next week, or you're making something that like will be the reason that you are able to breathe or live later. Like, don't do something unless it's mandatory. Like, don't, well, you can do something even if it's not mandatory, but like, don't push yourself to the edge just to say that you did something, because I think that's an unhealthy cycle to get into. And I think for artists, it's super common to do that and to beat yourself up when you're like, man, this isn't good. Like, why isn't this good? Maybe it's not good because you're not letting yourself sleep, or you're not giving your brain a break from what you're doing to do something else. I hope any of that made sense. But cool, I think that's all the questions off of this video. That's really all I wanted to say. I guess I just wanted to answer a couple questions. I'm going to reply to those 2 people and let them know that I uploaded this video. And if you have any other questions, please, you can put them in the comment section below. I'm like a YouTuber now. I'm like, leave a like and subscribe and comment in the comment section and favorite this video. Can you even favorite videos anymore? What's the year? Like, can you even favorite a video? Yeah, leave a like on this video. I guess it's a thing now. Liking a video is good. Like, it gives me benefits. So like my videos if you like them. Leave a thumbs up. But I actually don't care, because I'm not really doing this for any reason other than to connect further with you guys. So yeah, I would love to answer some more questions. This video actually looked really nice. I feel like my face doesn't look horrible, and like the lighting's very like, so good. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to see a tutorial for a song, or if you want to hear me talk about my art or anything else really, because I'm starting a couple new projects soon that I'll be talking about in videos. And yeah, thank you so much for your support, and I hope you have a nice day.